Greetings, Agile enthusiasts. Tam here, Agile coach, safe instructor, and lean Agile author. Let's explore the ins and outs of Agile Velocity and its pivotal role in team-level predictability. Grab a cup of coffee and let's dive in. Let's start by demystifying Agile Velocity. Velocity is the heartbeat of an Agile team. Velocity represents the amount of work a team can accomplish within a given time frame. Picture it as the speedometer of your Agile journey. It tells you how fast you're moving, but not your direction or destination. Agile teams plot the total completed amount of work iteration by iteration. The x-axis represents time and the y-axis represents work. Typically, teams plot either points or story counts. Next, we calculate the trend line. It's also helpful to know the min and the max. What are we looking for in this version of the velocity chart? A flat trend line. This helps us to visualize how stable the team velocity is. Now, why is velocity so crucial? It's all about predictability. Velocity is the North Star for teams, helping them to forecast future work and plan iterations effectively. By understanding their capacity through velocity, teams can set realistic goals and deliver value consistently over time and build trust with their stakeholders. Let's look at a variation of the velocity chart where we track cumulative work delivered over time. We will plot two lines, the optimistic trend line and the pessimistic trend line. The amount of space between them is due to the variability of the team's velocity. This variation of the velocity chart helps us with forecasting. Let's look at a couple of examples. Let's assume we have a stakeholder asking, what will we have by the end of the year? The product owner can honestly say, we will have some of these done, maybe some of these, and none of those. Another stakeholder asks us, when will I have this feature? The product owner can state, we'll have it done sometime between end of November and early January. Our stakeholder now asks, will I have this feature by iteration 19? The product owner states, nope, you can have some of it by iteration 19 and the rest of it a few more iterations later, or all of it later. Let's address a common misconception. Many people and organizations believe that velocity is a measure of efficiency or productivity. Repeat after me. Velocity is not a productivity meter. Executives, listen up. Using velocity to gauge organizational performance is like using a thermometer to measure humidity. It's just not the right tool for the job. Velocity isn't just a number. Every peak, dip, and plateau tells a tale of hurdles encountered or overcome. Reading between the lines allows the teams to adapt and refine their approach. Velocity charts are dynamic tools offering transparency, foresight, and a shared vision within the team. The true power of the velocity chart is that it aids the Agile team in meaningful conversation. Are they happy with their predictability? Do they have a stable average that aids in meaningful planning and forecasting? What factors are influencing their velocity? Are these factors internal and within their control, or are these factors external and the team needs leadership help to stabilize? What factors influence velocity, you ask? Team size, skill level, team stability, and external dependencies all play a part. Changes in these factors will impact velocity, so it's essential to consider context when interpreting velocity data. It's like driving. Road conditions affect your speed, but so does your vehicle's horsepower. So how can teams make the most of velocity? Use velocity as a guidepost for reflection and adaptation. And remember, velocity works best when combined with other metrics. It's like a recipe. One ingredient can't make a dish, but together they create a masterpiece. If a team is unhappy with its velocity and predictability, I recommend first focusing in on cycle time and flow blockers. We'll discuss cycle time and flow in later videos. Here are two charts, both of which show an average velocity of 25. But notice how unpredictable the one on the left is. Ideally, what we're shooting for is a team velocity that is much more narrow in fluctuation. Bottom line, stable velocity allows for the team to be predictable in its forecasting, which is invaluable to stakeholder management. Velocity charts in Agile provide valuable insights into team throughput, but like any tool, it comes with both advantages and limitations. Let's explore the pros and cons. Pros: visibility into team throughput. Velocity charts visualize the work completed by the team in each iteration. This visibility helps stakeholders understand the team's capacity and throughput over time. Predictability. By tracking velocity over multiple iterations, teams can establish a reliable baseline for estimating future work and predicting when certain features and user stories will be completed. This aids in road mapping and helping manage stakeholder expectation. Early detection of issues. Fluctuations or deviations in velocity can serve as early warning signs of potential issues or bottlenecks within the team or project. Teams can proactively address these warning signs to dig deeper and find waste in their manufacturing process. Here are some of the limitations. Variable interpretation. Velocity is influenced by various factors such as team composition, skill level, complexity of work, and external dependencies. As a result, it can be challenging to interpret velocity accurately, and it should never be used to compare across teams. Inaccurate predictions. While velocity can provide estimates for future work, it is not always accurate due to its sensitivities to changes in team dynamics, scope, or priorities. Relying solely on velocity for planning without considering other factors can lead to unrealistic expectations. Focus on quantity over quality. There's a risk that teams may prioritize completing a higher number of user stories to maintain or increase velocity, potentially sacrificing quality in the process. This can lead to technical debt, rework, and ultimately slower progress in the long run. Limited insight. Velocity charts only capture the quantity of work completed and do not provide insights into the quality of deliverables or customer satisfaction. Focusing solely on velocity may overlook other important aspects of success, such as stakeholder feedback or business value delivered. Velocity is an output-based metric. It is not useful for outcomes or measuring strategy. It can be useful in order to help determine between choosing certain scope or other scope because now you can use it for forecasting. But other than that, it is predominantly an output-based metric. Velocity is a valuable metric for tracking team throughput and facilitating predictability in Agile methodologies. However, velocity must be used judiciously. Limitations must be considered, and qualitative measures must be supplemented to ensure a balanced approach to business agility. Velocity is an essential tool in Agile, but it should not be the goal. Instead, the velocity chart should be used to start conversations between the team and stakeholders about influences, challenges, and solutions. The chart should inform decisions and actions, not dictate them. The team must be flexible and adaptable to change and not rigidly following the chart. Following these tips will help you make the most of Agile Velocity. Contact me, Tam, your strategic Lean Agile coach. Let's create metrics that truly drive success. Stay agile, stay lean, and let's make a positive impact together. Let me know if you find this video helpful. Please like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments. Do you agree or disagree? Are there any additions you want to recommend? Let's continue the conversation. Thank you for watching.